Another app I can't live without is my Google Calendar. As you can see on my second page, I kind of hide them so the first page is nice and pretty. Oh, and the very last thing about my phone organization. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison if you are new here, and today I am sharing a bunch of phone organization tips, how I keep my phone looking cute and aesthetic and organized at the same time. So if you are new to this channel, make sure you are subscribed for more videos like this. I post lots of videos about organization, keeping my home together. My dog right now is throwing toys at me, videos about him, and videos about our life and my husband and our marriage and all kinds of fun stuff. So if you have not subscribed already, go do that right now. And while you're doing that, make sure you give this video a like. It's the biggest compliment you can give to me as a YouTuber, and it just makes me so happy to see you guys engaging like that. But let's get into this cell phone. So I have the iPhone XR. I got this phone about a year ago. It has a loopy case on it. I am obsessed with this case. I have no affiliation with them and they're kind of expensive, but I love just like throwing my finger on my phone like this and walking around with it. It's super handy and it makes it really easy to grip things and like take photos and whatnot. Now, as for the actual layout on my phone, let's go turn on screen recording. Okay, welcome to my home screen. Yes, I bit the bullet and I did that whole iOS 14 aesthetic phone background, but instead of having most things on just one page, like I see a lot of people doing, I actually have two main pages because there were just so many widgets I really like using on my home screen. If your phone has gone through the most recent update, you can definitely do this to your phone. If not, go to software update your phone, and then catch up with me here. But the first thing you need to change your apps to be like the pretty backgrounds is to go find some icons to use. I like to use Pinterest. I go to search, and then I can search up free iOS 14 app icons. You can scroll around for a while till you find some. A lot of them are for sale, so if some catch your eye and you want to support like that small business, go for it. I am on a budget, so we are looking for anything that is free and easy. What? I saw one earlier. Where did it go? Free iOS 14 aesthetic. We'll go to this person's website. Click here for free app covers, and then she has a bunch of color options, logos on different colors. And if you go back to my homepage, you can tell that mine are slightly different variations of that color. Okay, so fast forward, you figured out how to download it. Most of the websites, like that girl's website, had instructions on how to download it to your phone. So here I have pulled up just one of my little app icons. Now, if all of her colors are available in just this like light shade of pink, for example, if you want to have slight variation, you can do that within the Photos app on your phone. So you open this up, hit edit, and down at the bottom you can go through different filters for it, but what I prefer to do is to go over to the light section. You can up the exposure. That'll change the color a bit, so let's make this one a little bit paler. Brilliance you can also play with. Saturation and vibrance is where you can really change like the color tone. If you go to warmth, you can turn it super blue or super orange or whatever you're feeling, so I like mine a little bit warmer. So you just adjust the main color of the app icons in your Photos app, and then you can use that as the customization. But now that you have all of the app icons you want to use for your home screen, you're going to look for shortcuts right here. And so these are all of the shortcuts that I have on my home screen. So if you want to add a new one or your first one, you go to this little plus sign, add action, you search for open app, and then you pick what app you want to choose. So that was for what? YouTube. Then you can go next. Shortcut name is going to be YouTube. Done. And then you want to go back into it and hit these three little dots, and then you're going to add to home screen, and you're going to change the name to whatever you like. I like all of them to be lowercase and one space apart. And then you will choose your photo, scroll through until you find it, and then hit add. And now on your homepage, that's where that little icon's going to be living. So I'm actually going to just delete that guy because I don't really want him there. And that is how you get the app icons for your home screen. So that's what I did for all of the ones that I use most frequently. And those apps include my mail, my calendar, clock and notes, weather, maps, camera, and the Bible app. And then on the second page, Nike Run Club, YouTube Studio, Instagram podcast, and then my four main ones that I have on the bottom of my home page are my phone calls, my text messages, Google, and then Spotify. And then for apps that I don't use every single day but I still want on my home screen, I organize them into folders. As you can see on my second page, I kind of hide them so the first page is nice and pretty. The second page, I hide the rest of them into folders. So I have my budgeting folder, so all of our like budgeting, bills, apps, really fun stuff. The social folder has a bunch of things for YouTube, like a bunch of random things basically. Next up is my photography folder, so photos, all of my editing apps. And then I have shopping, so Amazon, Starbucks, Walmart, IKEA, all the fun shopping apps in there. So that's how I organize the rest of my apps. Now, anything that does not make the cut for my home screen, but I still need for myself, like the App Store, you can't delete off your phone, but you won't find it on my home screen. When you swipe over once more in iOS 14, you'll find it over here in your app library, and then you can just search for things like App Store. So for things that I don't want to have on my home screen but still want to keep on my phone, I just keep them tucked away over here in the app library. Now, as for other aesthetics and organization, the backgrounds on my phone, the lock screen on my phone is a photo I actually took while I was in Europe. I was studying abroad, and this is from Rome, a little side street. I'm actually thinking about starting an Etsy shop with a bunch of prints to be downloadable to like actually put up on your walls in your home or your backgrounds or on your desktop. So let me know if you guys have any interest in that. And my home screen is also a photo I took. It was just from a ski lift going up onto a big fat mountain, and it was really pretty, and it was snowy, and it was like Christmassy, and it's Christmas time right now, so I'm very much in the winter mood. Now for the bigger things on my home screen, my widgets. So I'm sure if you guys have watched other iOS 14 videos, you've heard of Widgetsmith. That is the main one that I use just for these apps. So if I go over to my app library, I can look for Widgetsmith. And then you can create different size icons. So you can do small, which is just like a big square. Medium runs the whole width of your iPhone. And then large is like half of your screen basically. I actually have two of these widgets on my home screen. The first one is this little one that just has the day of the week. I really like this. And you can adjust these to like a bunch of different options. I could put the date on there. I could change the colors if I go into here and customize. You can change font, all kinds of things. So that Saturday is on the first page, and then if I go to the second page, I have a wider one that has the date, the month, and then like a little calendar, and I like this because it gives me like a little bird's eye view of where we are in the month, and it highlights what day we're on. So this is super helpful just to have in your back pocket. The other widgets I have on my phone, I have a big wide one from the Bible app that just gives me a verse of the day, and on Pinterest, you can actually create a Pinterest board to cycle through as your phone background to be a widget. So I actually have a whole board called, where is it? Christmas phone screen, because it's holiday time. I have a bunch of really neutral photos that go with my theme that will cycle through every hour, and this little bottom corner box will have a different photo every hour. So that's a fun way to spice up your phone. The next page, I have two simple widgets. I have the weather because I always like to be able to check that super fast. And then I have the clock because it's good to see the seconds like ticking by, if that makes sense. Now to add any of these bigger widgets to your home screen, you're just gonna hold down on any app on your screen, and then you're gonna hit Edit Home Screen, and you'll have this little plus button up in the top corner of your phone. You can hit that, and you'll have a selection of different widgets to add. So you can add podcasts, there's different options for the Bible app, reminders, and all of your apps that have available widgets will show up here. So let's say I wanted to go back to Widgetsmith. I want to do another small one, add widget. I would go here, edit my widget, and then I can pick which one that I've created previously. So I used to have an orange theme on my phone, so here it says the time on that. Done. Some other organization I keep in my phone is within my Notes app. I use this app very, very heavily. So I have lots of different folders within this Notes app. So I have my general one, which is just all of my notes. So random things, Christmas lists, shopping lists, to-do lists, those end up in here. I have a folder for YouTube, so anything YouTube-wise is up in here. And within this YouTube folder, you can see I have pinned notes. So these are things that I grab from whenever I put a video out. I have a bunch of links that I like to have saved, so I keep these pinned to the top, but you can do that in any folder of your own. I also have a grocery shopping, like food meal plan folder, all kinds of folders in the Notes app. I love that. Another app I can't live without is my Google Calendar. I had to fast forward it a couple of months so you guys can't see all of the content I have planned for you guys, but I love Google Calendar. You can go into a month view, a day view, a week view, whatever you need to do. You can see it on this. It's also integrated to your computer. And honestly, I think everything else on my phone are just generic apps that most people have. I don't have anything terribly exciting or cool. I have this app for Bible verse memorization. That's pretty cool. So it'll keep track of all the verses you're trying to memorize and then remind you to go and review the app. I also have a dog training one. So it has little tips and videos and articles about tips for training your dog. So we have an unruly puppy basically. We also have our budgeting app in here, Every Dollar, the little green app in the top corner. We use that every day. Oh, and the very last thing about my phone organization, my little swipe down control center. So you can actually go and control what this is going to have on it, like all these little widgets. You can take them away, you can add more to it. So I have important ones for us, like this little low power mode. If you turn this on, it'll stretch your battery power a little bit longer. It turns off some like the extra features you don't need. So like when my battery is dying, I leave it on there, and honestly, I have it turned on most of the time to make it last as long as possible. Also have a flashlight, we have a calendar. This switches your phone between light mode and dark mode, which I guess doesn't change very much on my phone. I have notes, I have alarms, screen recording right there. Everything I need is on this little widget home screen that I love to use also. And that is everything on my iPhone. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!